My husband wanted my sister as his hall pass, so I took his brother as mine. The conversation started innocently enough over dinner. Beckham had been scrolling through articles about open marriages when he casually mentioned how evolved some couples were becoming. What if we tried something like that? He said, cutting his steak, just to spice things up. I nearly choked on my wine. After 8 years of marriage, this was his solution to our bedroom rut? Like what exactly? I asked. He grinned. A hall pass. 1 night each, no questions asked. I waited for the punchline. When none came, I realized he was serious. And who exactly did you have in mind? His pause told me everything. Then he said her name. My sister. The sister who'd been staying with us for 3 months after her divorce. The sister who walked around our house in tiny pajamas and always seemed to need Beckham's help reaching things on high shelves. The sister who giggled at his jokes like he was some kind of comedian instead of a mediocre insurance adjuster with dad jokes. She's vulnerable right now, I said quietly. And she's my sister. That's what makes it perfect, he replied. No emotional complications, just physical. I stared at him across our dining room table, the one we'd picked out together, in the house we'd saved for together, and realized I was looking at a stranger. Fine, I said, but I get to pick yours. His eyes lit up. Really? Who? I smiled sweetly. Kieran. His brother's name hit him like cold water. Kieran, the successful architect. Kieran, who'd always been the golden child. Kieran, who women flocked to at every family gathering while Beckham stood in his shadow. You can't be serious, he stammered. Why not? No emotional complications, right? Just physical. I watched his face cycle through emotions. Shock, anger, jealousy. Everything he'd expected me to feel about my sister. That's different, he said weakly. How? He couldn't answer, because there was no answer. His fantasy only worked when he was the one getting something better. That night, I texted Kieran. We'd always had an easy friendship, and he'd made no secret about finding Beckham insufferable. When I explained the situation, his response was immediate. Your husband is an idiot. When do we start? The next morning, Beckham woke up full of apologies and backtracking, but it was too late. I'd already seen who he really was, and I tasted something I hadn't felt in years, the thrill of being truly wanted. Kieran picked me up that Friday in his Porsche. We didn't go to a hotel. We went to his penthouse apartment overlooking the city. As he poured wine, I felt more alive than I had in years. You deserve better than him, Kieran said, his hand touching mine. I kissed him, hard, desperate. 8 years of feeling invisible melted away. When I came home Sunday morning, Beckham was pacing our living room. My sister sat on the couch looking uncomfortable. Where were you? He demanded. Using my hall pass, I said calmly. How was yours? His face crumpled. She turned me down, said it felt wrong. I looked at my sister, who nodded apologetically. I'm sorry. I just couldn't. Relief and pride washed over me. My sister had standards, even if my husband didn't. So what now? Beckham asked quietly. I pulled out my phone and showed him the video Kieran had sent that morning. His brother, shirtless in bed, saying, Tell my little brother I said thanks for sharing. Beckham's face went white. Now, I said, you learn what consequences feel like. That's when the doorbell rang. Through the window, I saw the process server walking up our driveway with papers that would change everything. I couldn't fit what happens next in this short video. Watch the rest down below.